Hello everyone, this is Ted just sharing a little bit of information I found out today about the flow sims that will greatly affect the results of the Arrow project. So let me bring up my model here. Here's our model. Shape isn't too important right now, just trying to explain something. So first thing we're going to do is load the results after you've run the sim using your goals with the force X and Y. And now that they're run, I'm just going to bring up the calculation window just to show the results of the global goal forces. All right, that's up now. All right, so here's what we get when we do that. In the X direction, 2428 newtons of drag, which is high, but not important right now, and negative 325 newtons of lift, which is also 325 newtons of downforce, which is not great, but not important right now. So this is what we get when we run it using the goals. I'm going to close this now. If instead I were to do this using surface parameters, using only the body of the car, and I show it, I get negative 7,476.322 newtons of downforce, which is a lot better. Why is that? Well, after talking to a bunch of people today, here's what we figured out. If you're doing the global forces, right, it'll remember that you have a road in there as well. So when you're doing a global force, it will say, all right, here's this giant planar surface in the direction of the flow. There's a massive amount of lift on that surface because fluid moving over an object, it's going to pull it up or have a tendency to do so. That's not good. Now, our car as well, that's an object in the flow as well, and that's going to be pushed down by the flow. So how do we get only the force on the actual car instead of on everything? Well, if you go into surface parameters here, before you go to put it in, you can go into your feature tree, click on just the car, so it'll turn blue, and if you have it all in one part, you can just go into your feature tree and just select all the features except for your road. Then when you go back in here, right-click on surface parameters and click insert, and I already have one, so I'm going to go in here, and you're going to want to click force. If you don't have force, go in more parameters and check loads, so all these options are checked. It's the fastest way. Then just check force, hit show, and there's your X and Y components of force. Now, this X component of the force is going to be slightly different than the global equation force because it's not including the slight amount of drag from the big plate, but it's really not very significant in newtons. And you can just ignore the this value here in the Z component because obviously you're not going to have a Z component because it doesn't matter. That's pretty much it. And this surface area is just the surface area of everything you have highlighted. So if you were to include the road, it would dramatically increase. So yeah, if you think you're stuck having a really terrible downforce number, it might just be because of that, because my group went from, I'll show you, from negative 215 to negative 7,500 with just that one change, so it's kind of important. If anyone needs help setting it up, I can show someone, but it's pretty straightforward. Just follow the process I just went through. Yeah, huge thank you to everyone who helped figure this out earlier today, and good luck.